I know that's a taboo. Never ask a DJ for a certain song.
It's not about never ask him, but don't nag on your request. So just like now, my girlfriend, she's leaving. I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I've been here. Oh, everybody wants to listen to this song. It's never gonna work with the DJ. If I like it,
don't be
play
needy.
It.
Please stop being needy.
Yeah.
Like playing in big arenas and playing for a bigger crowd. So I've done like 25,000. Back in the days, I think I opened for Amr Diab sometime back in 1999, and it was like 25 people, and it was just like madness.
Hello everybody, you're listening to the Behind the Scoop podcast, where we bring you stories from people and individuals from the MENA region. I have two veteran DJs, DJ AK and DJ Rami Djunkie. How are you guys?
Yo, how are you? How is everything? All good?
I'm good. Okay, so for those who have never heard of you guys, how would you introduce yourselves?
That's a good point. Okay, so I'm starting.
Yeah.
Well, first we started as a DJ,
Okay.
and then we became producers. And if we're talking about us, we're like longtime friends since 2008.
Okay.
2004.
I just met him 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago. In the elevator. Let's start way back. How did you get into music? How was your upbringing going into music? Like, for example, for myself, my mom loved to set the TV onto MTV or VH1, so that's how I got into music. I went to different routes regarding like radio DJ or like a radio presenter, more like that. How was it for you guys? I'll start with Rami first.
So in my story, basically, my mom is a music teacher.
Okay.
My dad used to play clarinet.
Okay.
So of course, like
was even before you were born.
Yeah. So it's been there for the time being. Like, so I was born to a very musical family, heavily involved in instruments and stuff like that. I joined my first, let's say, school choir when I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I've been around music since like very, very, let's say, very much the beginning of my life.
Okay, and you, okay?
Well, for me it was different. My house wasn't into music at all, except for my older sister.
Then she got into you?
Yeah. I remember my first hip hop song. I was like around 8 years old. Okay. She was playing something, the teenager. She's 6 years older than me, so she was like the cool person in the house.
Okay.
And like I'm listening to, she's banging. Back in the days, it was a stereo system,
Okay.
cassette tape and stuff.
What songs did she used to play?
It was actually Soul to Soul.
Okay.
What's the meaning of love? What's the meaning? You remember? What's the meaning of? Yeah, that was like 1980 something, 84, 85, something like that. I was very young at that age, but I listened to that song and like, what the hell is going on? That's like, I got hooked since that day, hooked with the music.
And did that influence you later on?
Exactly. So since the time I listened to that song, I was like searching and trying to figure out what she was playing, because during this era it was like all about Madonna and Michael Jackson, but this was really different because hip hop was brand new and it was something new song, new vibe, and new experience. So I got hooked to this style of music, and since now I'm here.
Yeah. and what the kind of genre was it for you?
I would say like it was more based on Oriental music, but I mean, I figured out after, I would say like by the age of 8, I started to like research myself, dig for more like genres and stuff like that. So I was like pretty much into jazz, pop, of course, a lot of disco, a lot of like funk, plus of course the Arabic music. So,
and how did you find DJing? Like now you're hooked into music.
Yeah.
Why DJing, not being like a hip hop artist for you, or like being a break dancer or?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's more or less the after playing like instruments and stuff like that, So I figured out it was like by the age of 14, that was like my first experience to witness a DJ playing music and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, actually I'm interested in doing this more than like playing the instruments.
Okay.
Because I felt more the fact that you're, as a DJ, you're manipulate the genres. You can just mix and match and like change the mood, change the vibes. When you play instruments, you're more you get more
to what you're playing.
It's kind of more strict because you play according to the note you're
What's
playing.
popular at the time.
Not only that, it's also like if you're playing a piece of music, you can just improvise in the middle of that piece and then like just do something and move to another genre. But as a DJ, you're able to do that, mix and match and like go from here to there. So of course, like this is the first thing got my attention, that I feel more free doing this.
Well, actually, there's something there that I wanted to talk about, because there's this misconception that people think about DJs in general, that they're just up there, they're just playing a playlist that they've compiled a few days ago, and that's pretty much it. I think there's a lot of nuance.
You just press buttons. That's how they see it. Like,
or you're just like standing there waiting to take their request. You know, that's the main job.
I know that's a taboo. Never ask a DJ for a certain song.
It's not about never ask him, but don't nag on your request. So just like now, my girlfriend, she's leaving. I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I've been here. Oh, everybody wants to listen to this song. It's never gonna work with the DJ. If I like it,
don't
I'll
be
play
needy.
it. Yeah.
Please stop being needy.
Yeah.
So what kind of nuances that you would essentially make your set your own?
Pretty much. I mean, like it's in my performance, I do love to feel free. Like to jump different genres within the same set, because also this is what Djunkie stands for, is like music is not about genres. It's music is music. So if you're celebrating one genre the whole night, it's just like you're neglecting the rest of the rest. You're not feeling your needs, your hunger. Like you're just focused on one taste, and then you're neglecting the rest. So I like, for me, I actually celebrate more having different varieties, different colors, different tastes, different even energies within the same set. So yeah.
Have you ever had a quote unquote bad day at the office? Like for example, the crowd isn't feeling what you're playing early on in your career?
Many times.
And how do you get over it?
Well, a good DJ is all about the bad days. Let me say it this way. It depends on the crowd, if they're open to listen to different varieties, like Djunkie was saying. Like, we all love, we're to start with, we love music, and then this is what we do. That's how we became a DJs, because we all love all kinds of music. We have the moments where we listen to reggae, to metal, to whatever genre. So when we DJ, we'd like to improvise and show all the varieties with the stuff that we love to play. Sometimes the crowd limits you to one genre, or you have to play whatever to be a party pleaser, as we call it, the party pleaser DJ. This where it gets on your nerve, you know. You want to
spread your wings.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and you've been playing since the late 90s.
Yeah, 96.
And 2000?
2000, yeah, 2000.
You're coming up to 25 years. I'm sorry for making you feel old. I feel old already. But the thing is,
how old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay.
Do we look that old?
You don't look that old.
Do we look that old?
But the question is, how has the scene evolved throughout the years? Have you seen it change in front of you, or has it been like it's the same? It's just a different crowd, but it's still flowing in the same direction.
Of course, it's not the same crowd. It changed so much, and I mean, in especially the past 10 years, it's extremely different than it used to be. Even like the frequencies, like the energy you find on the dance floor, it's just different. It's not the same. Of course, there's like still that crowd that appreciates the originality of the sound, but I must say that, of course, like now with the let's say the all the changes that happens every now 3 years. There's like every single time you look at the genre of music, the sound of the genre itself changed.
Okay.
Like the elements are changing. How heavy is like the lows now, it's not as it used to be back in the days. Like if you listen to the 80s and the 90s, it was like it wasn't as heavy as like
more
as
mellow,
it, yeah. So now it's like very electronic, of course. But I mean, it's change, and change is good. Like, I mean, we can't still play the same track over and over again, and I would say
You get different
expect
results.
people to like react to it the same way. Of course, the newer generations, like they're not as sensitive about like certain frequencies as the older generations. And of course, for the older generations, when they listen to the frequencies right now, they're like, oh man, it's like it's too loud, it's too much. It's like I can't take it. But I mean, it is change. So yeah, it changed in I would say in a very good way.
And how do you keep up with these changes? Like, do you listen to different genres, as you said earlier, and just find the sound that works best with the crowd?
Have to like we have to always like I have to always study. We have to always like stay updated. Like look around, check, hear new sounds.
Music
like of course
every 5 years, I think.
And also like also getting involved in like production that makes you, with all the changes are happening over time. Like it makes you. I have to have like my hands and my ears and my brains like all like steady for like what's next, what's new, what's happening,
what's
like
hot.
yeah, exactly.
And you both traveled all over the world playing your music. Have you seen a different in taste from East versus West, or has it like been the whole region as a region, the Middle East?
Yeah, true.
Is there a huge
even though
difference
there
in taste?
is a difference between playing in Cairo and playing in Alexandria, by the way.
Okay.
It's the difference. Like I remember the story. You know that song by Lil Wayne? What do you call it? Uproar.
Okay.
It was a hit here, and then simultaneously there was that song by Tyga. What's the name of the song? Yeah.
I can't remember.
Okay, I can't remember the song. Okay, so here in Egypt, number one song on the dance floor was Uproar by Lil Wayne. So I went to Germany. I played to 2 to 3 different clubs. Nobody listens to this song. They know it. They know Lil Wayne. They know the producer. They know everything, but they just don't like it.
Okay.
And then I went to Prague during exact same time, like 2 weeks between the thing, and that Tyga was really big out there.
Okay.
So whenever you go, there is people react to the same song differently. You think while you listen to this song, if you like it, you're the center of the universe, and everybody gonna love it because it's dancey and bouncy. And then like
go somewhere else, it's
exactly
totally
it's
different.
totally different.
Okay, and is that you said it varies between even Cairo and Alexandria as well?
Yeah. Like as we speak, Alexandria are more into old school music. They love the older stuff. Here they're more open to Afrobeats. They're loving Afrobeats and more than Alexandria, so it's different.
And do you introduce like more Arabic music to places in the West? How would they react?
Yeah, well, I played El Abiala last time.
What was it like?
Well, the club I played that song in, you sense the club and the crowd. They were very open and very, diverse in nationalities in the club. I played it in Prague. The club I went to play that song in was very, diverse.
Okay.
We have like more than 100 nationality on the dance floor.
Okay.
So I sense it while I'm spinning, like whatever I'm playing, they're just
Something
like
different.
yeah. They're feeling what's the song, not just like they coming with their playlist and they want to listen to what they love. They're open to whatever.
To new music.
So I played El Abiala and it was just like.
And what was it like for you?
I mean, like the good thing that already nowadays, like for some interesting reason, Oriental music, Middle Eastern music is becoming very trendy at the moment.
Any dream of playing in an arena? Selling out an arena.
I've done that before,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, I've
Where
done an arena.
was it?
I've done an arena here, actually, in Egypt, and I've done a stadium in Egypt.
Okay.
That was crazy. That was crazy. And then I've done also
Is it
like
the same sensation as just like, for example, are you just focusing on the few first rows, or just because it's going to be huge compared to a club, for example?
See, the funny part is, I think for the first time, of course it becomes kind of like
Overwhelming. Just to say the least.
But after the second, third time, it becomes actually like you only focus on like your performance.
Okay.
So I become like, I mean, now after like all these years of like,
memory.
it's just I'm used to it. خلاص.
Yeah.
I'm used to it. It was just like, it's the fun part is always the energy. Like you get out of the like the out of the crowd. So of course, like hearing all these like the screams, the ahs, the wows, the everything. It's just exactly that. For you, it's like wow. This like it's a crazy energy recharge, and it helps you like even sometimes like because me personally, I don't prepare for my sets. I just let's say
Make the bare bones and see how the flow
not
goes.
even like I just have in my mind a couple of surprises.
Okay.
That's only what I do, and then I go with the flow.
Okay.
And that comes after experience, but then with the energy you get on the dance floor, it helps you even though become more creative on the spot. So the more energy I get, and of course in arenas it's madness.
Yeah.
It's madness. So it's been like, and it's always been something that I love. Awesome. Like playing in big arenas and playing for a bigger crowd. So I've done like 25,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was like something. It was something. Back in the days, I think I opened for Amr Diab sometime back in 1999. And it was like 25 people, and it was just like madness.
I have this thing because I looked at you guys when I was doing the research. Each of you has a title actually in different publications. You have the quintessential DJ to any party. What's your thoughts about that?
I mean, like I celebrate that because of course it matches again like this, the brand, what Djunkie stands for. I don't have limitations, so I'm actually happy about the fact that people they get that now, and of course over the past 4 years, it became more of like the brand, than this like it's people they trust the sound is coming out of this brand. It's not about like which genre I'm gonna play. It's about like, okay, Djunkie's playing, so
we're gonna have fun.
We're gonna have fun, and I really appreciate that because it's hard. It's not an easy thing. It's easier for people to like put you in a box, to say like, okay, like he's a hip hop DJ, he's like a pop DJ, he's like an Arabic DJ, and of course like this is what I stand for. I love to manipulate the sounds.
Awesome. And you is the go-to DJ to guarantee that you're going to have a fun time.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I found it several
That's
ones.
good.
So what are your thoughts about that one?
Good to know, good to know.
Yeah. So you're now sure that everybody who's going to be at your party, you're going to have fun.
I hope so. It's not the case, by the way. It's not the case. Because when it comes to me, I love to play certain selection of songs that I really appreciate, and this is what I love to. So I know that there are some people not enjoying what I'm doing, because I'm not really a party pleaser. I'm not really there to play whatever is on the chart, and so I have a certain taste, and I try to mix it with a certain way. Doesn't have all. Of course, not all the songs that I play I love. This past, yeah. But recently, I love to play songs that I more appreciate than more that I know that everybody's gonna be jumping while playing it.
Okay.
So.
Let's move on to your latest project and your latest track as well. First, there is the Homies project. you two are two parts of the third,
Yeah.
the trio.
1/3 of
Kaboo,
yeah.
this third
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Now, how
Shout out Kaboo.
Big shout out to Kaboo. We're sad that he's not here with us.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's based in Dubai. So,
Uh-huh.
so there's this thing like each of you has their own speciality. He has more of a trap vibe. You guys have different ones. How did you guys decide to collaborate to provide something different?
I think friendship, of course, that made it like easier.
Yeah.
We've been knowing each other for
Decades now.
20 plus years. So I think that helped, and at the same time, each one of us feels comfortable around the other one. We have the same passion in music and in DJing business and stuff like that. And we don't have like any, let's say, like there's no ego tripping in that.
Exactly.
So we're like
You complement
family.
each other.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and actually, what you mentioned is the strength of our collaboration, because every one of us delivers different sound, and they serve different sector on the dance floor.
Bring something different. to the
Yeah,
table.
we actually, three of us, we don't really agree on the same type of music and same taste. Three of us, every single person have a different taste. So when it's a guarantee, that's a party pleaser night, because guaranteed whatever your taste is, somebody's gonna deliver what you love to.
But also it's different, like when
different,
it comes to when, like, let's say the Homies as a project is
something-
different. Exactly, it's different than the track we've worked on or the music production part.
Lala, that's the last
Exactly,
song.
Lala is more of the collaboration of the three of us.
Outside of the
The homies.
Outside of
The
the
homies
homies,
is
yeah.
more of the DJ project. Funny story. I think Lala was basically. I think Kaboo was like somewhere in Egypt, like for a
Ras
weekend,
Sidra, I think,
Ras
yeah,
Sidra,
yeah,
I think,
yeah.
or something
Chilling
like
on the
that. And
beach.
he was like spending the day there by the beach, like listening to some music, and then comes across the original track,
Okay.
and that was like, guys, I think we have a hit.
Okay.
And then basically what we did is just like work around this like track and then find the right samples that we can use, and then creating a sound that is relevant to what's like what is the sound in the streets right now, not only locally, I think internationally, because it's a very international track, I believe.
Yeah, I've actually seen, when you're watching the visuals and the video for it, you can see that there's not just Egypt, it's representing different parts of the Middle East.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
different parts of music as a genre itself. So when you were doing the visuals, how did that come to play?
This was the image. Actually, I think every part of the world have their turn on the music timing line. I think now it's the Middle Eastern time
Okay.
to shine, and there's more focus on the Middle Eastern side. So visually, we wanted to represent cool people, cool Middle Eastern guy, but at the same time wearing traditional piece.
Middle Eastern clothes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
In a hip way, in a trendy way, and not even that. Also, even representing the culture in a let's say an advanced way, like how it is right now. Because I mean, when you ask an average person down the street in the West, like how do you visualize, how you picture people in the Middle East? So the first thing they will think about is desert and camels and tents.
Stereotype.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, we're gonna give you the desert and the camel. But we're gonna also show you that
With a twist.
we do pole dancing, we do like break dancing, we have skateboarders, we have like rollerbladers, like, so it's just giving like the new, let's say I would say upgrade that happened in the culture over the decades, and then showing that we have so much like in our culture, and it's mixed together. Exactly.
And moving forward, what can we expect from you individuals and from the project, the homies as well? So we want to see what's coming up next.
I mean, I think for I'm gonna speak like first about the homies. So the homies, I think the homies is going to be going in the direction that it's more of the DJ act with us playing, basically each and everyone is like playing his own originals,
Okay.
and the collaboration tracks that we're gonna like
Work with together.
We have
Work
like
on
the
together.
pipeline.
they,
yeah.
they already like in the process of like making right now. Individually, I think I've worked on an album for the past 1.5 years. It's called The Unreleased.
Okay.
And it's more of like the sound of the 80s and 90s Egyptian pop songs,
Okay.
but it's edited in a way that it was produced today.
Yesterday. Okay.
So I've got one released already. It was out, it came out last month. It's Sheka.
Yes.
And this track was basically taking like a very known Egyptian 80s song,
Okay.
and changing that, transforming that song to become a trap song. So when you hear it, it's not only like the sound of the past, it's also actually the sound of today. And when you play it, and for example, I was playing it last night at the jazz club, and it was like people, they well received the track, and it's been for me, it proves a point that it's not about how do you know that track, it's also about like how you
Modernize the generation.
Exactly. And at the same time, like I can't still hear the track every single time I play it the same way as it is. So I think people are now more appreciating that. That's like so there's a whole album. It's going to be released, like there's one more single is going to be out by April.
Okay.
And then the full track is the full album, is going to come out like in May,
Alright.
before the summer.
Awesome. AK, what's up next for you?
Yeah, well, I'm working on a new single nowadays called Shik Shack.
Okay.
It's not similar to the same idea of Lala. It's a sample. I'm working on a sample albums. I have 2 tracks coming after Shik Shack, aiming to release during the summer.
Okay.
With the video clip and everything, and as well, I'm working on a song with a very well-known rapper here in Egypt.
You can't say it.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
can't
say
say
it?
it because it haven't been recorded yet. So yeah,
Keep it on the low.
So yeah, keeping it on the low. So I'm working on a project. I have my night in Cairo Jazz Club called اتطورعلى.
Okay.
It's based on introducing the Egyptian hip hop to the scene.
Okay.
Every single night I'm having a new rapper with me.
Okay,
And
awesome.
I introduced this rapper as a guest appearance to the crowd. So I'm working on this project as an individual, and I'm working on bringing some new talents on my beat to this night. So that's the expansion of the night.
Awesome. Well, one last question. If somebody wants to get into DJing nowadays, with your experience, what is your best advice?
I would say study, listen to like all genres you can listen to, like search for different sounds, not only local sounds, also international sounds. And it's much easier now. Even back in the days, it was very challenging to like find alternatives.
Okay.
But now it's much easier. It's like within a button press, you can actually travel the world. So I would say like study, know the differences in the sounds, the beats, and then navigate through this and find your own sound, your favorite sound, create your own sound. And this is what we all look for as artists and as DJs, creating my own sound. This is like the fingerprint that I have, and the legacy you leave after you go or after you finish your career. So yeah, I mean, study as much as you can, listen to a lot of music, and of course, like, don't get shy with the fact that if you, for example, like play your first gig and people don't like what you do, still believe in what you do, and believe in your talent and go forward for it. And like, because it's not about how people receive it. At the beginning, people, they will say, it was good, but it was okay, but I mean, the more you believe in it, the more good it's gonna become, and people will get used to it over time.
Okay. And AK, your advice?
Well, I think you should work on your technical side first.
Okay.
For you to be a good DJ, it's not only about what songs you play. You have to be good in technical part. So when people comes to me and say that we want to be a DJ, can you give us a chance and let us play in this club or that club? My answer would be, you have to start first. You have to buy a piece of equipment.
Okay.
And now it's very affordable. Now,
Okay.
like back in the days, for us it was you have to buy perf turntables and a mixer. Costs you like
An arm and a leg.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, now the equipments are very cheap. It's affordable. You can buy something and start work with, record your demo, and then
Start pushing.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for being here. We
Thanks a
appreciate
lot.
it.
Thank you for having us.
We'll see you in the clubs everywhere.
It's going
on
down.
stage, everywhere. Is there anything you'd like to say before we get out?
First of all, I would like to really thank Scoop Empire for having us.
Sure.
And I think I appreciate the work you guys are doing. I really hope for us to be like heard and seen and appreciated locally first and then internationally, because I think us as a country and as a region, we have so much talent, we have so much to show. And with the fact that our sound now is going very international, that proves that we have something original, different. So I hope we stop only appreciating what's coming from abroad. We also respect and appreciate what we have to serve.
Anything else?
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thanks for
time.
having us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.